it's Alise, and I'm sitting on the floor of my new apartment. Yay! And these are my knees, because I'm sitting on the floor. Not technically on the floor, I'm on this like floor chair on the floor. And this is the first video I've filmed in a little while. Sorry. But I moved for my new job, and I've been doing a bunch of new job moving stuff, and I have so many things to tell you. My apartment is a mess, and all of my stuff is everywhere. I'm in the kitchen right now, so the lighting is like kitchen lighting. I don't have a desk, and I don't have like any desk lighting for filming at all. I'm getting a bunch of new stuff and having to order things. So for now, we're just gonna be sitting on the floor. I like that my blue headphones match my blue t-shirt. These are the headphones that you get on the airplane. I flew United this time. I usually always fly Delta, but the flight was booked by a travel agency that I don't know who paid, but not me. Everybody joining this job program thingy thing, jet, your transportation, everything, accommodations is all paid for until you arrive to your placement. Anyway, so that's why I have these United blue headphones. And my opinion of flying United is that I will continue flying Delta. Maybe that's because I had a middle row seat for the 14-hour flight, and that was not a good time, so maybe that's why. And again, I didn't book the flight, so I couldn't change it. That's what I got booked. But at least I was next to somebody who became a good friend of mine. There was 2 flights, okay. There was a flight, and we had a layover in Houston, and it was my first time in Texas. Technically my first time in Texas, even though it was just at the airport. And then I sat down on the plane, and I was like, oh my goodness, you again? And then, crazy coincidence, the 3rd time that we met was when we got to Tokyo. We had orientation in a hotel in Shinjuku, a very nice hotel, and we were staying at that hotel from Sunday to Wednesday for the orientation, and we had roommates, so I was gonna be with 2 other girls, and I walk in my hotel room. No, I'm already in the hotel room, and then somebody knocks and opens the door, and it's her again. And I feel like it's probably because our last names are close, and the travel agency booked everything in alphabetical order, but I'm gonna tell myself that it was fate, because now we're good friends, and she's really, really cool, and she has so many stories to tell. So we're all gonna be English teachers in Japan and random places. Now we're like 6 hours away by bullet train. My stories is gonna be all over the place. I'm just telling you what comes to mind, but so basically there's like 1,000 of us joining this cohort, big fancy word. It's like this year's group of the JET program. I talked about this before, but if you don't know what the JET program is, it's for basically a government sponsored type program thing by Claire, which is the job. Do you hear that thunder? That's another thing I was going to tell you about. We had the craziest storm ever. Once I finish telling you about the jet stuff, I'm going to tell you about the storm, and I'm going to show you because I took a video. Crazy. Anyway, so yeah, it's basically most people joining the program are joining as English teachers, but some people join to like work in government offices and work and do administrative stuff or translation stuff for government offices. And for those positions, you have to be like super fluent in Japanese. And then some people join as like a sports something, and they work with sports teams. But people come from all over the world. The only requirement for my position, the only requirement was that you had a bachelor's degree and that you speak like very fluent English. You don't have to be you have to be a native speaker. If you come from a country and are a native speaker, then you don't have to provide any English test results. But otherwise, I think you have to pass like a certain level of whatever English test there is. What is it? I don't know. Anyway, so I met a lot of really cool people from different places all over the United States. Obviously, like the UK, Ireland, Australia. There's a lot of Australians, a lot of Canadians, and a lot of people from New Zealand. And then I've met some Danish people, met a guy from Belgium, one French guy, and then a handful of people from the Caribbean, from like Trinidad and Tobago. That was really cool. So anyway, all over. And then we all become friends and spend like 4 days together, 24 hours a day. Not 24 hours a day, but if you're rooming with them, then maybe. But we spend a lot of time together. We become friends, and then they send us all over the country in different places, and we'll never see each other again. Just kidding. Maybe you'll see each other again on trips or something, but basically you're sent off to a random city, village, town, island even, where you don't know anybody, and that would be really scary, especially if you've never been to Japan before, and like if you came by yourself and didn't have any friends or know anybody in the country, which is the case for a lot of people joining the program. That would be really difficult. I feel like I have an advantage because I've lived here for the past 2 years and I already have like friends and family here. But yeah, so that's why I moved, and I've been super busy, crazy preparing for this new job program thing, because for visa purposes I had to go back to the United States, and then I was just focusing on spending time with my family because it had been a long time and I don't know when I'll get to see them again. And then doing a bunch of stuff, visa things, and preparing, and all this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and so on and so forth. And then I came here, and then I had orientation for a week, which was real crazy. And then I came here, and I've been ordering things and buying things for my new apartment, and like figuring out. I'm not gonna tell you where I'm living for security and safety, but it is completely different from where I was. So most of my time in Japan has been in a major big city, huge city, like big city. But now I am in the countryside. I am in rural Japan, and it's like I'm in a different country. I really am seeing a different side of Japan, and I'm making the most of it. I did not choose this location. You can make requests, and I did request to be in the same city that I lived in before. They did not put me there. That's okay. I knew going into it that there was a chance I could be sent to the middle of nowhere, and I kind of was, and that's okay. Yeah, but like, for example, I got really used to taking the train everywhere. This little town doesn't even have trains. I think it has buses, but they run not frequently at all, like maybe once an hour to basically you have to have a car to drive places, or a bike, or you walk, because it's so small. You can basically walk everywhere anyway. Like, I live within a short walk to the high school that I'll be working at. I'm working at a high school. The grocery store is within walking distance. If I wanted to go to a big city, there is a one train station in the town that like takes you out of the countryside and into the nearest bigger city, and then from that bigger city you take a bigger train. It's like major cities to where you can take a bullet train, the Shinkansen. Yeah. So I don't necessarily need a car. I don't have one here. I don't have one in America either. I do have a license and I do drive. And I'm considering learning how to drive in Japan and getting a Japanese license, because it would make life a lot easier in the rural areas, so you can get around more freely, go farther distances. I can walk to like necessary places, like I said, but it would make life a lot easier. So, yeah, that's where we stand right now. Today, I have built a lot of furniture that I've ordered in the mail because my apartment came with absolutely nothing in it. Except for my predecessor, the girl whose job I am now going into. She stopped her job and now she's going back to grad school. Very cool, very cool. I heard she's going to Ireland. Anyway, she is obviously moving out of Japan and was here for 3 years doing this job. So she had a lot of stuff that she had to like sell or give away. So I did get a bed and a refrigerator from her, and a bicycle, and this little floor chair that I'm sitting on, and then there's a little tiny like coffee table thing here. That's what you're sitting on. You're sitting on the coffee table. Here, I'll like bend it down and show you the coffee table. Yeah. But other than that, I have to buy literally everything, like a washer machine and stove. There's like a hole in the counter on the kitchen because there's no stove. Which, one good thing, I could choose if I wanted gas or electric. And I'm scared of gas stoves. The last apartment that I lived in for like 3 months had a gas stove and it scared me. So I got an electric one with two burners. A teacher at my school gave me a microwave. Oh, the teachers at my school are really nice, and they've helped me out so much. The other English teachers, they're all Japanese, but they do speak English because they're English teachers, and they've been really, really welcoming and really helpful to me, and they're like giving me everything. Like, for example, one of the teachers saw that the mattress I got from my predecessor was a double-size bed, but the bed frame that I got from her was a single-size bed frame. And I was like, oh, it's fine, like, I don't care. I can use it for now and then get a new one in a little bit. And the teacher said, no, I will give you my husband's mattress from his single bed, and I will give him your double so that you can have a better bed. And I said, no, I don't want to take your husband's mattress. And she wouldn't take no for an answer. And so that evening she came back to my place with a single mattress. Yeah, so it's like they will do anything to help me and make sure I have everything I need and to make me comfortable. And I definitely notice some cultural differences socially, especially than in the big city. In the rural areas, people are more slower paced and less urgent. And they're also very kind and very helpful and a little more chatty. Yeah. But I haven't been here that long, so I'll let you know. Yeah. Other notable things is, oh yeah, it rained for the first time since I've been here, and it was like a crazy storm. like hurricane level. Like the winds and the rain, and it was like sideways rain. It was a lot of rain. I'll think about putting a short video here of what I filmed some, and yeah, maybe not. Okay. Oh, so my plan, my legs are hurting. My plan for this video was to do something while talking, but so far I've just talked. For example, I brought nail polish to do my nails. Or I have a little bedside table that I need to build that I got not in the mail. It was delivered, that I got delivered to me. Yeah. But I don't feel like doing any of that, to be honest, so I'm gonna sit here for a second. You can see there's so many cardboard boxes over there against the wall. There's a huge pile. It's just all this stuff I'm receiving. To, like, for example, laundry, clothes drying rack, because as you may know, people hang their laundry to dry. In Japan, they do not use dryers. It's really hard to find a dryer, and they don't work well, and so I just conformed and started hanging my clothes to dry. And a lot of people hang their clothes outside, but I just don't like the idea of the outside stuff getting on my clean clothes, like bugs. There's a lot of bugs here in the countryside. So you can get an indoor clothes drying rack thing. So I ordered a few of those. Also, none of the closets came with any bars to hang clothes. I mean, what in the world? Why would they do that? I don't know. So I tried to buy some that I could put up, but the one that I got, the first one, was too long and it wouldn't fit in any of the closets. So then I got a different one that arrived today and I built it. But I couldn't get it in the closet because it was like the exact size of the closet. So I had to take it apart and then rebuild it inside of the closet so that it would fit, because I couldn't put it in fully built because it was too big. But so then I rebuilt it inside the closet and that worked. Yeah, I've just been building a lot of stuff. I'm really like gaining a lot of practical skills here. For example, my washer machine. One of the teachers took me shopping. She took me to a secondhand store. It's a popular chain in Japan called Second Street. And they resell a lot of stuff. And it's like pretty good stuff. It's not usually like old stuff. I mean, if it is old, it's still in good condition. But you still get it for cheaper than if it was new in a store. But a lot of the stuff is new with tags, just like resold. Anyway, so we went to Second Street because she said she saw a really cheap washer machine that was 5,000 something yen, and that's like $40. And she said, this is the cheapest washing machine you're ever gonna find. We're getting it for you. And in my head I was like, what if it's really bad and that's why it's so cheap, and I wouldn't mind paying more for like a better one that'll get the job done and last longer. But I'm kind of shy and I'm not gonna I don't know, I didn't want to offend her by saying that I disagreed. So I was just kind of like, are you sure? Is it gonna work well? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. So I was like, okay, and I bought it. And the first time I washed clothes, it worked very well. The second time, it flooded my bathroom. So I did an inspection. I literally turned it on its side and was like looking at it. And I discovered in the tube, the drain tube hose thing, there was not one, but two little rips in it because it's kind of plasticky so they can bend. And I realized it was ripped from one of the English teachers who was installing it, sat it down on top of the tube, and it kind of like sliced into it. So then when I picked it up, it had holes, and that's why. So when it drained, and that's because one English teacher didn't put it together right. I don't want to complain about him because he was very nice, nice. He assembled my bed, he put up my curtains, he did a lot for me. But unfortunately, he set up my washing machine the wrong way. And you're supposed to put the tube through a hole so that it goes out the side, so that you don't have to sit the washing machine on top of the tube and then like bend it and break it. And that's unfortunately what happened. So I've been having a struggle the past couple days trying to patch up the holes. First, I tried to glue it with regular glue, let it dry, and then taped a bunch of duct tape around it. That worked for one of the holes, but it leaked through the second one. So I ordered Gorilla Glue off of Amazon, because Gorilla Glue is like infinitely strong, right? And then I ordered special tape for like appliances, or no, it's not appliances, I don't know. Special like industrial level tape that is supposed to be waterproof. So I put the Gorilla Glue on it earlier, and then you're supposed to let that set for 24 hours before getting it wet. So I'm doing that, and then I'm gonna wrap the waterproof tape around it. There's 2 holes, so hopefully that'll work. Otherwise, I'll have to buy another drainage pipe thing, but the problem is I don't know the size, because I don't have the paperwork that came with the washing machine, because it was on resale, right? It was used. And I could try to measure it. I don't know. But then like buying everything is in Japanese, and it takes a lot more brain power for me to understand. And otherwise the other thing I would have to do is get a whole new washing machine. So now I have to figure out how to get rid of this one and then get another one. And let me tell you, getting rid of things, throwing things away is very difficult in Japan because the trash system is super strict. Everything is separated by material. And I have no idea how I could dispose of an entire washer machine. I think I would have to get it delivered to a special facility, and that would cost some money. Can't just like put it out by the road and they won't pay. No, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, hopefully I can fix this pipe or get a new one. Not a pipe, it's a tube. Other than that, yeah, I've just been like being a handyman around my apartment and building stuff and fixing stuff and trying to get settled in. I really like one thing about the countryside. It's so green and so many plants, and I have a garden. It's much bigger than my one-room apartment in the big city. I have multiple rooms now. My fridge is making noise. I've never lived somewhere on my own that has multiple rooms, so it feels huge, even though it's still pretty small. But I have a bedroom, and I have a whole room separate for the kitchen and like dining area. I have a bathroom, yeah, and then I have another room. What am I gonna do with that other room? I have no idea. I'm thinking one could be like a working area where I film and have my desk and stuff set up, and for like storage, and then the other room is like my bedroom. We'll see. Yeah. But I have a garden, a whole area outside fenced in for me to do what I want with it, and that's really exciting. It's one of the reasons that I wanted to get this apartmenty, housey apartmenty thing. It's not a house, it's like an apartment, because it's multiple buildings and it's like units and stuff. Anyway, but I really wanted to live here because I saw the garden, and I thought, I'm gonna become a farmer. I'm gonna plant flowers, I'm gonna plant herbs and vegetables and fruits. So that's gonna be one of my new task hobby things I'm really excited about. Yeah, I brought because I found this apartment all by myself, because my supervisor for this program was supposed to help find housing for me. Because imagine if you don't speak Japanese and you've never lived in Japan, and you're supposed to find housing before you move there and then have it set up for you. That's a lot, right? So for everybody else, most people, their supervisor for their area that they're going to is supposed to help set up housing for them. And my supervisor, bless his heart, sent me a lot of places that were kind of ugly. Sorry. But he's a man and he doesn't have the same standards that I have. I'm very much a homey person. I spend a lot of time at home. And I feel like my mental health is very much influenced by the environment that I'm in. So I want my house to be something I feel happy being in. And I just wasn't getting that from the properties that he sent me. I think it was more trying to find something cheap, and like, he doesn't understand everything here is cheap to me, because I came from a big city where everything is like 5 times more expensive. It is so cheap. But yeah, anyway, so I took matters in my own hands and I searched the real estate agency websites, and I found this place all by myself, and I'm very proud. Yeah, but he was really helpful in setting up with the agency, because I was still in the United States when he needed to like get the apartment, and so I wasn't there. So he was like my guarantor. No, I don't know. Basically, he kind of helped to get the contract going without me being present, so that was really good. And he helped set up like Wi-Fi and water and electricity and all that. So he was very lovely and very helpful. Very lovely and very helpful. My back is hurting. I kind of want to crack it. I'm scared. I haven't cracked my back in a long time. Let's see if it works. Okay, everybody be quiet and listen. Oh, it didn't work. I don't think it's gonna work. Let's see what's on my to-do list. Oh, my phone's gonna fall. Okay. So, this is my new planner. Because my old one expired last month, so I have to get a new one. So, my to-do list is to vacuum and mop. I did vacuum, but I didn't mop. Fix the washer part 3. Yeah, worked on that today. Not done yet. Do the dishes. I did like half of them. Groceries. I have to go get groceries. I was supposed to, but then the typhoon came and I couldn't leave because it was a typhoon out there. And then I have to put out today's trash is plastic bottles, cans, and glass, and they're all in separate containers that you put out. Yesterday was burnable. Oh no, sorry. Yesterday was burnable garbage, and before that it was plastic garbage, not including plastic bottles. Yeah, every day it's something different. Anyway, I did film when I was in the United States, but when I was filming I was holding the microphone, and so it kept getting like connected and disconnected, and it was just really terrible sound quality. So I was like, didn't even want to put it up because it was so bad quality, but I might do that anyway before I upload this. If that's the case, then this might be the second time you've seen me after not uploading for a long time. Or maybe this will be the first time, not sure. But yeah, so the rain has stopped for like an hour, and I looked on the radar and it's supposed to be not raining from 8 to 11 p.m. and so I'm going to use that time to walk my little self to the grocery store and get myself dinner. What time is it now? It is 7:36, so it's almost time to go. So I'll get changed and do that. It's been so hot here, and it's hot in America too, but the air conditioning here is just not what I'm accustomed to in America, so it's just really hot all the time. But it's okay. We live with it and we drink a lot of water. It's my knee, it's my leg. Can you hear that? Okay. Well, maybe I will say bye bye for now. I'll be back, hopefully in a different setting and not on my kitchen floor. Maybe I'll have a desk by that time, maybe not. We'll see, because this kind of hurts my back to be bending over like this. I don't want to hurt my back. Okay, thank you for watching. Good to see you. Good to see you. See you again soon. Bye bye.